So President Oaks was a newly called second counselor of a stake presidency in Chicago, Illinois. In one of his first meetings he attended, the stake president indicated a stake center needed to be built. He suggested that it should be located in the western suburb of Naperville, and he asked what his counselors thought. The first counselor said he thought it was a good idea, but President Oaks said he thought it was a bad idea. After a few minutes of discussion in which President Oaks outlined his concerns, the stake president invited his counselors to pray about the decision and plan to talk about it in their next meeting. The instant I put it before the Lord, I got a strong impression as I've ever had. You're wrong. Get out of the way. At the next meeting, he was on board with building the stake center in Naperville. The purpose of the council was to introduce the subject and to stimulate me to prayer, and with the benefit of revelation, I came in line. We had what the Lord wanted, unity. And a stake center was built, and yes, you'll find it in the western suburbs of Chicago. It's not where I thought it ought to be, but it's where the Lord wanted it. How do you make really hard family decisions or group decisions? The Lord revealed his pattern here. And every decision made by either of these quorums must be made by a unanimous voice of the same. That is, every member in each quorum must be agreed to its decisions in order to make their decisions of the same power or validity one with the other. Henry B. Eyring, who was a Harvard graduate and then later taught at Stanford for 10 years, had studied how to make business decisions in group meetings and committee decisions, but he was shocked by how the church made their decisions. When he was recently called to be the president of Ricks College, now known as BYU Idaho, he was invited to his first meeting where he had the opportunity to see the church leaders interact and make a decision. And it was shocking to him by how open and candid these apostles would speak. He had never seen anything like it in any organization he had ever studied. These experienced men were not hesitant to speak what they thought. Then he watched as a miracle happened before his eyes. Soon the conversation all shifted, and it seemed like all of them were agreeing. It seemed like they all started to flow into the same line of thought. And just then, he expected the prophet to say, "We've come to a decision." The president of the church got up and said, "I think we should come back and revisit this topic at another time. I sense that someone is unsettled." And one of the apostles later went up to him and said, "Thank you. There was something I still hadn't had the chance to say." The reason why these councils can be so powerful is because the people aren't searching to push their own agenda or to be right or to appear smart or whatever it might be. They're seeking for truth. They're seeking for God's will. And they're humble enough to sense when someone is unsettled. They're humble enough to sense that they can change what their opinion is and what their perspective is to simply find the truth.